Welcome back to the Rachel Jasmine Studio podcast. Today we are featuring a client spotlight and reading what Miss A had to say about her boudoir experience with us. I'm Rachel.
I'm Stefanie.
I'm the photographer.
And I'm the office manager.
And we are Rachel Jasmine Studio. So let's get into Miss A's client spotlight.
Yes, let's do it. Okay. How did you first hear of Rachel Jasmine Studio and what made you want to book with us?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, I've been in the RJS universe for quite some time. Funny enough, I joined the Facebook group 8 years ago on the same date of my shoot.
That's incredible.
We had talked about her being in the group for so long.
Yeah.
So she goes on to say, in my years of following, I've seen so many beautiful women showcased, and I knew if they could do it, I could too.
Yes, you could.
Hell yeah, girl. She says, my sister-in-law has had 3 shoots with Rachel in the past and eased a lot of my hesitant thoughts by telling me about her own experiences in the studio, which is so appreciated.
Yeah.
We always talk about how we love when clients come back.
Yes.
We really love when our clients then refer the people that they love to us because
We're family.
Exactly. Like we already have this person that we love so much, and like we know we're going to love your people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. What was your initial reasoning for booking?
Miss A answers this question by saying, I initially entered a contest for a free session thinking there's no way they're going to pick me. I bet so many people entered. And she says, well, I was wrong. I was lucky enough to be one of the winners and knew this was my opportunity. I'm in the end of my 20s and I thought that a gift like this to myself would be something that I can look back on and cherish forever as I age.
Yes.
First of all, girl, welcome to the 30 Club.
Yes.
We love it. I am getting towards the end of my time in the 30 Club. I've got a little over 2 years left. But truly, like, you're going to love your 30s. I have loved every minute of my 30s. And not to say that I haven't gone through hard things. I really have. Like, you know, throw a divorce in there.
Right.
Your 30s bring along this sense of self-assurance, not giving a shit about what other people say. But yeah, so welcome to 30 Club because we love it. And we love that we got to celebrate her, like, ending her 20s with a boudoir session.
Did you have any expectations going into the shoot, and what were they?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, I tried to keep my expectations open. You received so much info to use and to prepare, and getting to read other client testimonials really gave me the insight that I needed to know what to expect. All of those testimonials are correct in the way that Rachel and her team make you feel comfortable and make things fun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, same. Thank you. And thank you to Miss A and also all of our clients that take the time to fill this questionnaire out to give our future clients an idea of what to expect and what their experience was like. I think it's so impactful. And I always say that, like, you have no idea who is on the other side of that screen reading your story and resonating with every word that you're saying.
Yeah.
And by filling this out, you have the ability to, like, impact somebody in the future, to impact a woman who says, like, oh my gosh, I look like her.
Yeah.
Or I've gone through that too. And so you are really, like, allowing for yourself to be this, like, future inspiration to somebody to take a step and book the session, or even just feel a little more seen, you know? So we really appreciate when people fill these out because it means a lot to us and to our prospective clients.
What was it like seeing your images for the first time?
So Miss A answers this question and says, whoa, I really didn't know that I could look like that. I was quite literally speechless at times. I went in with my expectations set low for myself, just in case I didn't look the way I expected. I was imagining all the ways that my facial expressions could have been weird or my double chin being present, but every single photo looked incredible. Looking down the balcony is truly magic, and I will be using that going forward during my photo ops.
Yes.
Hell yeah. She says, even though I had a mini session, there were so many photos to choose from. I really enjoyed that each photo was presented in color and in black and white so I could make the choice on every one. Yes. So looking down the balcony, I always feel so self-conscious calling it that. But now it's so ingrained in, like, my vernacular that I'm like, I can't call it anything else.
No.
But
I would be very upset if you try to change
for
that.
sure, for sure. Like looking down the balcony is like a Rachel-ism that is just, it's here to stay. But the concept makes sense when you're doing it. And I'm sure there are people watching that are like, what the hell is looking down the balcony? Yeah. And like all clients know what this means immediately. It's where you push your chin out and then you dip your head down. And then I'm going to say, all right, now just your eyes to me and boom. And it's like turns into like this very seductive kind of hi daddy sort of look, you know? But
Hi, daddy.
yeah, hi daddy. But it really like it helps with sometimes we get a little heavy under the chin, and when you're in these poses and you're like contorting and I'm giving you I'm giving you a million instructions. For me, you'll see it even in videos. I'm like, oh my God, I always tuck my chin back. Yeah. And so I'm always looking at people's chins and making sure that we are not settling into the neck and that we're pulling out so that we've got definition in the clavicles and, you know, all that good stuff. So like double chins are not a thing in the studio.
No.
No, ma'am.
They do not exist.
Nope.
I really love that she put that in here.
I know. I think this is the first client spotlight that has ever referenced specifically looking down the balcony. Yeah. I'm obsessed with that. Thank you, girl. Thank you for the shout out for the looking down the balcony.
Oh, that's amazing. Has anything changed for you since your boudoir experience and seeing your gallery?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, girl, I was walking on cloud 9 yesterday after my image reveal. I have literally opened my photos just to look at them at least 15 times in the last 24 hours.
Feel that.
And I sent them to all my friends. I think that boudoir is so empowering. To see your body in a way that you haven't personally with your own eyes really changes the way you think about others perceiving you. We all have parts we don't love. And if you're like me, you tend to think about those a lot. Now, I knew I was hot before, but damn, I am smoking. This has been a huge reminder to me about the beauty we all have, but can hide or dull sometimes out of fear. That resonates with me so much because it is something that I myself have always struggled with, is like the perception that other people have of me. And I got kind of like embroiled in this conversation with somebody once about, we make these assumptions about what other people think about us. And a lot of times those assumptions are negative thoughts, like, oh, they must think that I'm ugly or like whatever. And the idea was like, what if instead of being self-conscious and thinking that you look bad and that other people think that you look bad, what if you walked into a room and you were like, everybody thinks that I'm hot?
Yeah, right?
Right? Like, what if you said positive things to yourself about yourself?
That's where women need to rewire brains, because we all just want to nitpick and like hate ourselves.
Yeah.
And how we look and like compare ourselves.
Yeah, totally. That saying, like, comparison is the thief of joy is so true.
I have found myself doing that like so often. And I'll talk to Blake about it, my husband, and he's just like, what are you talking about? Like, and then he'll like start pointing out things about me. And I'm like, oh.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
Totally. So I had this experience not too long ago. My husband and I took our middle son to West Reading to do the escape room.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we got dinner before. And I remember we walked into Nono Albies. It was our first time there and it was packed. And so we walk up the steps. It's like where GNA used to be. Like they're like OG location. And so we walk up the steps and I immediately feel all eyes on me. And it was like so uncomfortable. I remember this thought process, like literally like in my head going, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. Like, am I annoying? Like, I just remember being like so self-conscious, thinking these negative things. And then I was like, you know what? They probably just think I'm like so hot. Like obviously like a 10 just walked into the room. And then I realized that right behind me, so above the steps, there was a baseball game on. The Phillies were playing.
That is amazing.
But that's so funny.
That's so funny.
Is like that's the lesson, really? Is like
very humbling experience.
Nobody's fucking thinking about you. You know what I mean? Like
I'm dying.
The thought process that I went through, feeling like everybody was looking at me, because it really did feel that way.
Yeah.
And I did make eye contact with a few people.
I mean, they probably did look at you. You're walking in front of the TV and they're probably like, girl, get out of the way.
Correct. 100%. And then I went from like negative thought process to, nope, flip the script. positive thought process to everyone just wants me to get out of the way because the Phillies are playing.
I'm so dead. That's hilarious. But I love it. Like, just keep the second one. No, that the second one is what everybody was thinking.
For sure. Everyone was like, a 10 just walked in. Yeah.
Phillies game.
So embarrassing.
Oh my God, I love that.
So anyway, so that's all to say that, you know what? Stop saying negative things about yourself in your head because either like one, like nobody cares, because that, like I said, that is something that has plagued me my entire life. And so, if anything.
Or number two, you walk into a room looking hot and there is no Phillies game on.
Exactly, for sure. You're just a 10,
yes.
That's what we all need to tell ourselves. Like, I'm a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thinks I'm a 10.
Yes.
So.
And maybe walk in front of a Phillies game.
Right.
And have everybody staring.
Right. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Like, as a little pick-me-up, you're going to go stand in front of a sports game and just, all the guys are looking at me because, I'm a 10.
You had me crying. Like, that was hilarious. I love that story.
Oh my God. Embarrassing. Unlucky.
Very humbling.
So humbled.
Would you recommend Rachel Jasmine Studio for the luxury boudoir experience to others?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, absolutely. I don't tend to be in lingerie around people.
Why not?
Right. Girl, do it. You looked hot. So she says around people often. So I was feeling like it may feel awkward or strange, but it wasn't at all. I felt extremely comfortable with Rachel and I loved the amount of privacy and respect she gives you when you're changing or adjusting your outfits. She's truly a woman who knows how to make other women feel comfortable and feel beautiful. I think everyone should do a shoot like this with Rachel at least once, especially if it's just for yourself because you deserve to feel stunning and she will do just that.
Yes.
Oh, girl, thank you so much. And for sure, I always step out of the room when people change, even though it's like I'm about to see you naked or in your underwear. It's just something that I have always done because it's like, I'm like, well, doctors walk out of the room when you're changing, even though they're about to like see your full spread eagle vagina. Right. So, like it is definitely a sign of respect. Like take a moment to get ready, get settled, and then I'll come in a moment and we'll get started. But yeah, for sure. Because I don't know, like it feels weird to me, like being like, I'm going to watch you get changed out,
Yeah. Very weird.
Yes. So I appreciate that is appreciated.
Yes. What advice would you give to another woman considering the boudoir experience with Rachel Jasmine Studio?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, whatever your doubts and hesitations are, throw that directly out the window. If cost is something holding you back, use their payment plan. I was able to push my shoot out as far as possible in the schedule so that I could budget appropriately for this, and they were so helpful in the process. Rachel blew all of my expectations out of the water. She's truly talented in what she does. You seriously won't regret doing a boudoir shoot with her. If you look at all the photos she's done and think, there's no way that I could look like that, I get it. I felt that way too, but you absolutely can and you absolutely will.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, girl. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
A lot there.
Yeah, the payment plan for sure. Our in-house payment plan is 0 interest. We do no credit checks. It is flexible. You get to choose your terms in the sense of like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Sometimes people have like a weird random date of the month where they're like, can I make all my payments on the 21st? Sure. Not a problem for us. And it doesn't change anything for us. And so we make it as flexible as possible for clients. But, the one caveat to that is that we are pushing your shoot out to make those installment payments like, whatever is reasonable for you. Sometimes women want to have their session done sooner. Like they don't want to wait that long.
Yeah.
And so we obviously accept like traditional credit cards and things like that. We accept PayPal credit. Affirm, Affirm is a little tricky because we're not an official partner of Affirm.
Yeah, they have to apply.
Yes. It's like this weird process where they have to apply to get a virtual card that's not associated with a specific store or merchant. And then you can use that virtual card anywhere that you want. So it's a little tricky getting to it, but people figure it out.
Yeah.
So Affirm, PayPal, whatever, like credit cards, like totally fine if you want to just like throw it on credit, do it all up front, and then book a month or two out. But yeah, the in-house payment plans are awesome. Our clients really love them. And it gives them a lot of flexibility to like splurge on themselves and get the packages that they really want and get the experience that they really want.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love them.
Is there anything else that you would like to add to your interview?
So Miss A answers this question by saying, just a huge thanks for empowering women of all shapes and sizes through your work. I'm so happy to add a body like mine to your portfolio of work.
Yay.
Oh, yay. Yeah, seriously, thank you, girlfriends, so much for trusting us with your boudoir experience and for allowing us to feature you as a client spotlight, because diversity in my portfolio is so important to me and I can only show what I can show. Our clients are in the driver's seat when it comes to whether or not their images are shared publicly in any kind of way. Yeah. And so we respect everyone's right to privacy. Most of our clients are private. Yes. And that is totally okay. And so when we get the opportunity to share our client images, we are so grateful for it. And I know that our prospective clients are grateful for it, and getting to just really showcase all the types of women that we work with. Yep. So yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.